Good morning, sir, and of course to my fellow classmates. I am Char Jane Dijados. Our task for today is to report about the stereotypes, prejudice, and discrimination. But before that, let me read first the learning objectives. So at the end of the lesson, you should be able to differentiate stereotypes, prejudice, discrimination, and understand the manifestation of stereotypes, prejudice, and discrimination on gender. Actually, guys, I will briefly explain lang the topic ha. I will not go deeper pero may time pa yung mga ibang reporter to report their task. Okay? So, let's begin with eliminating stereotypes, prejudice, and discrimination in society. So now let's start with stereotypes. What are stereotypes? I know all of you or some of you here kabalo na unsa ning stereotypes, right? But I just want you to know that stereotypes are oversimplified beliefs or assumptions about certain groups of people. They can be based on race, gender, age, or other characteristics. Stereotypes often perpetuate prejudice and discrimination. Now, we know that stereotypes are preconceived notions to our beliefs. So, meaning to say, they are often based on limited information or generalizations. And as what the PPT said, it can be influenced by factors such as race, gender, age, or other characteristics. Now, based on my research, stereotypes daw can be both positive and negative. But it is more on negative generalizations. Why? Why nga nung negative generalization man? It is because it was as what I've said earlier, the certain group of people tend to oversimplify and categorize individuals without considering their unique qualities and individuality. So let's just say for example, ang mga Ilonggo, gina-generalize sila as mga Tikalon without considering na or without knowing na ang mga Ilonggo is mga generous, mga honest, mga gwapa, mga gwapo, 'di ba? Without considering their unique qualities. Another is yung mga babae daw is not suited or yung mga babae daw are not suited for leadership roles as men. So meaning to say in short, stereotype is a belief we have about another group. The assumptions that we make, and of course, the expectation that we have. So, we've come to associate or generalize na, ay, mga babae, hindi pwede na mag-lead. Hindi pwede na mag-lead. Or, dili suited yung leadership roles nila as men. So, diba? And, yung gina-generalize nila na, lahat daw ng mga Bisaya, I don't know if you will agree with this. Lahat daw ng mga Bisaya is parang magsalita sila para daw galit. Which means, totoo naman, pero hindi lahat ng Bisaya parang galit magsalita. Now, the question is, lahat ba ng stereotype is totoo? Lahat ba? Okay. The answer is no. Hindi lahat ng stereotype ay totoo. Let's just say for example, yung mga babae daw is nagapalda. Dapat daw nagapalda. Pero, hindi naman lahat ng babae talagang nagpapalda or mahilig magpalda, di ba? Just like me, I'd like to wear jeans and rather than skirt. So, meaning to say, hindi lahat ng babae, I don't know if ako lang ang hindi mahilig sa skirt, pero hindi lahat ng babae ay mahilig magsuot ng skirt, 'di ba? And another is yung example ko kanina, yung mga babae daw are not suited for leadership roles as men. So, are you agree with that? Kasi ako, hindi ako agree sa statement na yon, sa stereotype na yon. Kasi I have seen a lot of women na nagalid in our society. So, meaning to say, hindi totoo na yung stereotype na yon is, yung mga babae dapat, yung mga babae daw is not suited for leadership roles as men. Kasi nga, we witness na mga babae ay, meron namang mga babae na mas magaling pang mag-lead kaysa sa lalaki, di ba? Another example is, yung mga matataas daw na mga lalaki is gina-stereotype sila as mga basketballista. Pero without knowing na hindi lahat ng mga matataas ay basketballista. Just like the famous football player na si Ronaldo. I don't know if you know him. Si Ronaldo, his height is 6'2". So mataas siya, pero hindi naman siya basketballista. He is a football player, 'di ba? So meaning to say, hindi lahat ng stereotype ay totoo. Okay? Because in that case kasi, they assume that all individuals belonging to that certain group will share the same traits or characteristics. That's why they completely ignore the uniqueness and diversity within that group. Okay? Now let's proceed. According to the reference, stereotypes daw can be categorized as explicit and implicit. Now, what is this explicit and implicit means in stereotypes? So, explicit is that the person is aware that they have these thoughts towards a group of people and they can say it loud. So, it is clear sa statement, di ba, na these people are consciously aware of and can openly express their thoughts towards group of people. So, let's just say, for example, ako, as a person, I openly state na lahat ng mga elderly people or elderly individuals are technologically challenged. So, dito, ako as a person, I am aware of their stereotypes towards older group or older people. And I can express it. No? Malaya akong nakapag-express about my thoughts towards older people. Okay? Malaya akong nakapag-express ng aking thoughts na gina-stereotype ko sila as technologically challenged. Okay? So, that is explicit. You are openly express your thoughts towards that group of people. Okay? Now, let's proceed to explicit. Diba sa explicit, you are consciously aware. Now, dito sa implicit, the person doesn't know if they have these stereotypes since it lies in their subconscious. While sa implicit na stereotype naman, no, meaning to say, he or she is not aware nga nag-stereotype na sila or dili nila ma-express pag-ayo lang thoughts towards people. Okay? Okay, so let's just give more situational example for you able to kabalo jud mo unsa jud ning is explicit implicit stereotypes. So, a salesperson in a high-end retail store, no, unconsciously holds an implicit stereotypes. Why? It's because they associate wealth and sophistication with a specific ethnic or ethnicity. Just like yung mga American people and black people. Yung mga American people, they treat as rich people. While sa black people, they treat na poor or poor people. Yes. So, as a result with that, um, so as a result with that, they may treat the customer from that American group of people with more attention and respect. So mas ginahatagan nila og attention yung mga American people, while unintentionally, no, they provide black people a lower level of service. So yung salesperson, dili siya aware nga naga-stereotype na dai siya sa American people and black people. Gina-stereotype niya yung mga American people as rich people without knowing na napiktuhan na di pod to yung mga black people. Okay? As gina-treat nila yung black people as poor people. Okay? That's why, so these are the examples, or this is the examples of implicit stereotypes. The person doesn't know if they have this stereotyping, since it lies in their subconscious, or he or she is not aware nga. Okay? So let's proceed. Okay, effect of stereotypes. Stereotypes can have profound effects on individuals and communities. They can lead to self-fulfilling prophecies, limit opportunities, and perpetuate social inequalities. So, yes, no? As I've said earlier, these beliefs can have powerful consequences that go beyond just words. Just for example ko kanina, yung mga babae daw are not suited for leadership roles as men. So, I'm pretty sure na it can affect their self-confidence, no? Nagalose sila ng confidence because they start believing that stereotype na, yung mga babae daw, di daw suited for leadership roles as men. So, nagalose sila ng self-confidence with that stereotype. And of course, no, their job opportunities as well. So, this limit their chances to showcase their true potential and contribute to society. So, kanang ginalimitahan jud sa stereotype ang mga opportunities, kay kasagara jud gina-stereotype nga yung mga babae nga hindi suited for leadership roles as men. So meaning to say, they limit their chances to women na dili nila ma-show ilahang true potential. And of course, dili gid sila maka-contribute sa society, di ba? That's why it is very crucial for us, no, as a society, to challenge and break down these stereotypes. Okay? So now let's proceed to understanding prejudice. So prejudice is a negative attitude or feeling towards individuals or groups based on preconceived notions. It often stems from stereotypes and can lead to discriminatory behavior. So once we say preconceived notion, so kaning preconceived notion nagabalik gihapon ni nga statement ba kagaina sa stereotype. So once we say preconceived notion, no, that is the opinion. It is not based on reason or actual experience. So meaning to say, we judge someone or some groups of people without knowing the truth. So when we're talking about prejudices, no, we're talking about our attitudes, and it really just means our overall positive or negative association with that particular social group. Okay, let's just, like for example, here in the Philippines, I don't know if makarelate mo ani, especially tong sa pandemic nga time. So when we see Chinese people, we would say na ay mugduol ana kay na siya COVID. So gina-hate nato ang mga Chinese people that time, that pandemic time. Gina-hate nato ang mga Chinese people without knowing na ang mga Chinese people, dili tanan Chinese people have this, right? So another example of prejudice in race, especially to black people. Black people naman. Black people, iba ang treat nila sa ibang country. Like, especially sa US, no? Pero, wala na ko ginatanan, ha? Iba ang treat nila. Kay para sa ilahan, no, black people daw are bad. So, if you remember or know, atong na-viral, no, atong si George Floyd, he's a black man that was arrested by racist policeman. Na sige siya ingon sa police na, I can't breathe, I wanna see my mama, diba? I don't know if naka bantay mo ato na viral. And then ignored lang siya, no, until namatay siya. So George Floyd was an evidence. He is a black man, has been judged negatively by a policeman. So as you can see, no, this negative attitude, prejudice, can be dangerous since it often lead to negative actions and behavior, and maybe, no, and magmanifest ito, no, maybe in violence and in violence and bullying as well, and even discrimination as well. So magalid gid talaga ditong discriminatory behavior. Okay, now let's proceed to discrimination. But let us first define discrimination. Discrimination is the unfair treatment of individuals or groups based on their perceived differences. It can occur in various forms such as racial discrimination, gender discrimination, or age discrimination. Now, discrimination, no, it is based to action or behaviors towards an individual or a group of people. So, ito, ginabase natin dito yung behavior natin. That's why, no, yung mga people who are discriminated on are treated worse than the way people are usually treated. Just because they belong to a certain group or they have a certain characteristics. So actually, I have here a few example of discrimination, which is the genocide, the apartheid, the gender discrimination, or age discrimination. So, actually, nakalimutan ko paglagay dyan dito sa PPT. So, I will explain na lang about the types of discrimination. Okay? Now, first is the genocide, no? It is the action, according to the reference, it is the action of recognizing someone as different so much na maabot na sa point na they are treated inhumanly and degraded. So, naga-degrade na sila ng tao dito sa genocide. While on the other hand, sa apartheid naman, apartheid kasi means separateness. So dito napupunta yung racial discrimination. It is a form of racial discrimination actually, wherein one race is viewed as less than the other. So as a result of this, no, gina-separate nila yung black and white people. So gina-separate nila yung black and white people. So this is an example of apartheid discrimination. While on the other hand, on gender discrimination, I know it is familiar to you about the gender discrimination. So, gender discrimination, it is another form of discrimination as well. Like for example, yung woman daw, nag-earn daw less than men. Are you agree with that? And dapat daw responsible siya sa household chores. Actually, sa ibang bansa, especially sa Africa, yung mga babae talaga is nasa bahay lang talaga. Well, sa men, sila talaga yung bumubuhay sa kanilang pamilya. While on the other hand naman, no, if men are discriminated if naarasab sila sa balay or when they become stay-at-home husband. So, 'di ba? 'Di ba, especially here in the Philippines, gina-discriminate yung mga lalaki if ay wala man anong wala man na siya trabaho nga siya man dapat ang lalaki, siya man dapat magbuhi sa iyang family, 'di ba? Gina-discriminate siya nga wala siya trabaho kay naara siya. Syempre, stay at home husband naman siya, 'di ba? So, and lastly, sa LGBT discrimination. So, I know you're familiar with this one. So, LGBT discrimination, no, this happens when LGBT people are treated as lesser than straight people. So, this discrimination no, happens when their early childhood, ginabully sila when they act differently, kung mabalaan na nga gay siya or tomboy siya or bisexual siya, ginabully siya in their early childhood, or sometimes naapoy uban na kanang nagadress bitaw og kanang nagadress og pangbabae na, like for example ikaw gay ka, nagadress na ka og pangbabae, so you are bullied by your classmates. So that is LGBTQ. And actually no, during sa adolescence nila, ginajudge gihapon sila. Pero karon naman tay LGBTQ program, and I am proud that I am one of the supporters of LGBTQ. So that's why dili na kaayo gina-discriminate ang mga LGBTQ karon. So, in summary, no, stereotypes are generalization about a group. Prejudice naman is an attitude or opinion. And lastly, discrimination is the unequal treatment based on those attitude and generalization. So, by shedding light on stereotype, prejudice, and discrimination, no, we can work towards a more enlightened and inclusive society. So, appreciating diversity of the human race is the key to making a safer and more inclusive environment for everyone. So, why not let us embrace diversity, challenge biases, and strive for equality. So, I hope you learn a thing about our report, and that's it for today. Thank you.